with Sofia Cortez that got released as well. And ironically, she was on last week's NXT, even though she was released a few weeks ago. Again, another great talent that they lost. Formerly known as Juliet the Huntress, in multiple indie promotions, as well as Evilise from Tough Enough. And to be honest, this one also was a surprise to me and was stupid on WWE's part to release this woman. Because, sure, she might have an attitude problem from what they said, but then again, you have that Latin fire, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to happen eventually, you know. It's not just a stereotype, it's, you know, with people have seen, with I've seen, with several people have seen, and it works with the character very well. It was stupid that she got released as well. And it's just ridiculous. Hopefully WWE resigns her or something, because there's no way that Abraham Washington and Sofia Cortez will be gone for very long, because I just don't know what they're thinking. Because sure, there's budget cuts, sure, the economy's bad, but at the end of the day, it goes down to that fucking Senate seat. Which transitions to Linda McMahon. I think it was the primary or one of the other elections. I don't fucking deal with politics as I used to. Which, to be honest, I don't give a fuck. As long as you're running the country the right way and getting it out of the ditch that it's been in for the past 8 years, or 12 years if you're counting Bush, and Obama, obviously, but still. Linda McMahon is the reason WWE's going PG. Because, you know, they're gonna help. Vince is gonna help his wife get the fucking Senate seat, which, to be honest, maybe $250,000 a year, maybe a little more. When you have a multi-billion, trillion, if not more, of a business in WWE that you resigned from a few years ago as the CEO or the COO or whatever it was, and I'm probably a little scatterbrained as is, but still, that does not make sense. But of course, it does kind of make sense because of the lawsuit TNA and WWE. If Linda McMahon were to get a Senate seat, that would probably seal the deal as far as lawsuits go. But her opponents really have used WWE's past to their advantage for the past couple of years ever since she's run. Since she ran the last time and she ran again this year, and I think it's still going. I'm not quite sure. I don't give a fuck. But, with that being said, why? I don't understand why, I don't know why, I don't care why, and, it's just ridiculous. The reason WWE is going PG is right here. I mean, it's all politics, it's all business, it's all backstage politics, it's all this stuff boiled into one. Plus, you want to make the little Jimmies happy, which is a plus as well. And also with that, going into the politics realm a little bit, with Obama and Romney. To be honest, at first I was like, you're going to have fucking President Big Ears, or you're going to have a Mormon as president. Which, honestly, I still feel Ron Paul should have been a third option as an independent. Because that would have been... The guy makes a lot more sense than these two idiots combined. And this is what we have as a presidential candidate. This is why I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. Because as long as you run this country the right way, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as you convince others, and more importantly, you get us out of this fucking ditch that we've had for the past, I don't know, maybe 12 or so years, ever since basically Clinton got out of office, and we had George W. Bush, and then we had Obama. So, really, I mean, Obama's a good speaker, that's all he has, pretty much. And Romney's pretty much not that far off. If you saw his wife speak at the Republican convention, which I'm surprised I actually did not sleep through. I was actually making more fun of it than it is, and whatever, it is what it is. But with that being said, I still believe Ron Paul should have been someone that could have got a lot more votes. He probably should have been the Republican nomination since the polls were rigged and they don't want a constitutionalist as president. It's really that simple. WWE, not WWE, I'm getting my shit confused, but the government really doesn't want to be devalued. The government does not want to be just shit that you throw on the wall and see if it sticks. That's what Ron Paul is basically doing, in a nutshell, or one of the things he would do. Because, really, that makes the most sense in my eyes. So, if anything, vote Ron Paul. I'm not endorsing him. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to do. And to be honest, that might destroy the voting in a way that would negate Romney's votes and make Obama president once again. But honestly, if there's an open ballot, people will vote anyone. They might vote fucking Adam Extreme for all we know. I don't fucking know. I can probably do something better in this country than we've been doing for the past 12 years. I don't fucking care. But just politics in general, ridiculous and stupid. Especially since how it's worked over the past couple years. And speaking of, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything because you know I actually saw what they showed most recently during a trip to North Carolina, and I'm just gonna play it because this is ridiculous what I saw, and this will coincide with what I'm talking about. Just be warned, it is racist, but still, it's a fucking commercial that I've seen recently, but really, what the fuck?
To sign up for blackpeoplemeet.com, it took me 2 minutes.
Uploaded a picture, and before you know it, I had 3 matches.
The quality of the people I meet on blackpeoplemeet.com, I would say, has been superb.
It's really easy, and it's fast. And
you get a message, and you want to check it really quick, and I do it from my phone.
And people are flirting and messaging you.
You're not alone in that quest to find love.
It's just a better way to date.
This is how black people meet.
This is how black people meet.
This is how blackpeoplemeet.com.
And yes, that's actually a commercial. What the fuck is wrong with our country? When you have something like that as a commercial, and keep in mind the commercial I saw was more recent, and that's probably the most recent one I could find on here. But still, what the fuck is wrong with our country? This is how blackpeoplemeet.com? Are you serious? That made me laugh so hard to the point where we saw on the road a fucking grocery store called Harris Teeter, of all things. And we're making fun of that too in redneck accents and shit, and I could do that right now, but I'm not going to, because the stereotype of that commercial will probably prove my point as is. And, like I said before, you have a fucking, you know, president bigger than Obama, or you have, I don't know, you have a Mormon as president, which normally I am not fond of Mormons. I don't disagree with what they do. I do respect what they do. Especially when you saw it on the news a few days ago, of like an actual story like Brian Williams covered on Rock Center or whatever about the whole Mormon community, and it makes a lot more sense than you would think. And yes, everyone does have these